Good morning and welcome to Daily Sadhana. Thank you for being here. And we're just going to take a deep grounding breath. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. And another one, deep inhale. Exhale. Playing with the computer today because we have a little more floor work, but I think I'm going to move it from this position to the lower position as needed. So I don't like it looking up like that. Okay, beginning with our IHS sacred. I think I'm going to do the clearing the field, activating internal channels, and then searching for the glasses. There we go. Okay, and then share the screen and show the other symbols we've been working with. So clearing your field. My chakras, chakra network, and energy junction points are cleared and opened for optimal functionality. I am using the divine love that flows through me to purify all parts of my energy field with grace and ease. I am only receiving energetic communications that honor the manifestation of my highest spiritual potential. My energy field is only circulating energetic communications that honor my spiritual growth. Activating internal channels. Show it on here. And I choose to call in my higher wisdom to prepare my internal communications network for my highest level of activations. I choose to invoke universal light codes that fully activate the highest divine function of my internal channels. I am prepared to receive clear communications through my internal channels. I am receiving and integrating the necessary light codes that further and fully activate the highest divine function of my internal channels at this time. Imagine your crown chakra as an enormous golden sphere that is spinning like a globe. Visualize a golden stream of energy coming into the sphere from above, and see that golden energy distributed from the sphere to the energetic arteries in your entire energy field and connecting you with all parts of the universe. And there are also some intentions associated with this. Good morning, Brad. I'm glad you made it.
Good morning, Tammy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, all right. My dog's just got in a big fight, but they're all right.
Oh, no.
I know, dude. My one is just like, I don't know. She like left for a while and then she came back and like she got in a fight with one of the dogs and then and now I don't know. She's not really part of the pack anymore. I don't know. She's just a problem.
Oh.
She's a great dog. She's beautiful. She's a husky lab mix, like all white, dude, gorgeous, but she's just aggressive with other dogs. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with her. She's a problem.
I have an activation for serenity for animals, but it's not with me, so I'll use it on her.
Okay.
One of these
That'd be
sacred
great.
things. It
I'm
might help.
gonna send her to your friend.
Yes, the for training. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're in the middle of our sacred activations here, and we look at the symbols and then use the affirmations and intentions to go with them. So this one's about activating your internal energy fields. And the energy field is comprised of a complex and intricate network of energetic pathways, which are largely unmanaged in a conscious way, unless you do the work that we're doing to manage them. So As we ascend to higher levels of awareness, we gain the ability to perceive and access the unseen, if not with human senses, through a connection to divine forces and using our receptors, our psychic receptors, our clairs. Your higher wisdom holds the power to act as a bridge between you and the universe. This part of you holds a line of connection with wisdom of source. And when you address your higher wisdom and consciously invoke assistance, you send a signal to your inner spirit, which lets the highest part of you know that you are ready to consciously engage. And when you ask for assistance from your higher wisdom in activating these internal channels, the channels are opened securely, profoundly, and to a degree that honors your spiritual growth. So now I want to do the tapping sequence. It's heart chakra, above lip, solar plexus, which is above your belly button, womb center, heart chakra, solar plexus again, hairline, and bridge of nose. And then I'm going to share my screen, and I thought this was a perfect segue to look at. This is the Ashayana Dean symbols that we've been working with. This one shows our body in a different way. This shows the aura. This is, so when we make those 12D shield in the next couple of slides, you know, you can really see here the circles that going outway all the way to your auric body, which they're calling here the Akusha domain of the Elam Ir Adona spirit body. We also see what I believe here, these circles display the masculine, the feminine within. They're calling it the Mahara Rishi body and the Kali Hara body. You know, Kali is the divine goddess. And then the inner, and then spirit weaves in. Same with this symbol. It's not this one, it's a different one. Where is that activating soul, aligning with soul purpose? This shows it differently, but the same, where you see divine feminine within and masculine, and then the connection with spirit. And coming down here, just breaking that down further. This is now this kind of lights that up, right? It reminds me of the old spirograph, but this is a way of looking at your spirit body. And you can also see within here all of these little particles that we're going to see down here. This, I see those spread all throughout here. So this is the geometry and the physics of our spirit. Just take and breathe this in, this symbol here. Allow it to speak to you, to your heart, to your spirit. Invoke what it has for you, that knowingness of your true power, your true identity, and how does this exhibit that for you? Looking in here, this reminds me of the same central point we're going to see in the next slide. This puts us kind of over the earth and sky. We're so much bigger than these human bodies. This shows how our energy center is connected to the center of the earth and to the heavens. And when I say we are the conduit of heaven and earth, this is exactly what I mean. It's our energy, our living bodies, our keys that keep the love and the energy exchange between Mother Earth and Father Sky alive. Every sacred step we take connects our meridians to the ley lines of the earth and simultaneously to the cosmos. So when we breathe the heart breath, which I'll talk about today a little bit, we're literally lighting up that connection. And I'm not going to talk about this one, but just take it in. This is talking about time portals. So being multidimensional beings, we are able. And this also is the Kabbalah tree of life. And again, I love how she puts the planets on here, and then the outer planets and the stars, showing our higher consciousness with this upper diamond, our middle diamond, and our lower diamond. This is the part going down, way down into the earth. This is going up way into the cosmos. And in here is our heart center. And again, this God particle here, kind of bringing to life. This is both a cellular level. This is also a micro and macro. So this is us, center of the universe, and this is the universe as well. And back to okay, we're going to go ahead with this aligning with soul purpose. I am tapping into my reservoir of grace to remember my soul purpose with clarity. I am raising my vibration to meet with my soul purpose in the highest possible form. I am fully aligned with my soul purpose and the joy that it brings into my life. I am in perfect harmony with what honors my soul purpose with grace and ease. The kingdom is within me. So we can take this opportunity using this visual here to lock, take the key that you are and lock third dimensional and fourth dimensional energies, which no longer serve us. All limiting beliefs, fear-based energies, anything that no longer serves these lower vibrational energies cannot come with us to fifth dimension and higher. So take and lock, turning a quarter turn counterclockwise to lock third dimension, lock fourth dimension, unlock fifth dimension, and see yourself stepping through from the earth that is filled with chaos and division and strife to a harmonious, vibrant new earth, claiming your birthright of divine abundance. I am divinely aligned with cosmic grid sets to receive supportive energy from all parts of the universe. I'm aligned with universe grids. I'm aligned with earth grids. I'm aligned with my higher wisdom. I'm aligned with my highest good. I'm aligned with perfect health. I'm aligned with my divine DNA blueprint grids, and I'm aligned with cosmic Akashic grids. I am summoning energies which support the manifestation of my highest spiritual potential. All parts of my energy field are connected, organized, and accessible to me with grace and ease. My energy field is an IHS sacred space in perfect alignment with divine forces. I am a divine representation of sacred form and function, and now creating that 12D shield. Each of these colors represents a core lesson of mastery, and think of yourself creating a shield around you, each color going out like that diagram showed, covering all the way out to your auric body, which is at least 9 feet. Purple for grounding, blue, faith, green, perfect health, yellow, creatorship, orange, joy, pink, power, red, intuition, seafoam, co-creatorship, indigo, wisdom, magenta, higher wisdom, turquoise, unity, silver, freedom, and gold, mastery. Divine communication keys. The first one is for divine grace. I am tapping into my divine grace with the greatest of ease. The second one, light language. I am summoning and receiving energy to my field in its purest form. And the third one, psychic receptor key. And you'll see the same symbol in there that is in the symbols for each of our psychic receptors. I am receiving clear psychic transmissions in the most secure manner. Looking for that. I want to do the psychic receptor one next. Oh, did it get left behind?
It was on the laminate with the kingdom is within.
Oh my goodness, and I skipped it for the second time. That's so funny. After I did the shield, I didn't go back to the bottom ones. Thank you, Katie. Okay, so our tapping sequence. Now we all have these clairs. These are a part of us. But until you start to tune into them and open up to them, this is clairvoyance or psychic vision, clairaudience, psychic hearing, clairomniscience, psychic knowing, clairsentience, psychic feeling, and claircognizance, which is like galactic receptors. Okay, I'm receiving translations of light language in the clearest and most comfortable manner. I am receiving translations of light language in the clearest and most comfortable manner. I am receiving translations of light language in the clearest and most comfortable manner. I am receiving translations of light language in the clearest and most comfortable manner. I am receiving translations of light language in the clearest and most comfortable manner. I am only receiving energetic communications that honor me while deflecting all other energies with forgiveness and love. Upshifting body function. I am further awakening and opening to profound physical upshifts in my body systems. I am extracting low vibrating energies from my field and circulating only high vibrations that promote optimal health and well-being. I invoke all source codes available to me at this time to be downloaded to my energy field with grace and ease. My body is a divine reflection of my most expanded state of consciousness. Clearing your mind. I choose to clear my mind, center myself, and become still. I am now only connecting with divine energies that lift me into stillness. Take a breath, breathing golden energy right into the center of your heart. Exhale and imagine yourself floating off the ground. I invoke the golden flame of creation to purge all other energies from my field with grace and ease. Use the horizontal infinity symbol to clear your energy field. I am committed to keeping my attention focused on my divine inner spirit. I am centered with my innermost self, my innermost divine self, and I am still. Living in freedom. I am grateful for the consciousness and growth I have achieved from all of my experiences. I am remaining connected with energies that only promote my freedom while detaching from all other energies with grace and ease. I am using my divinely calibrated internal compass as my primary guidance and influence. I am liberated from the limitations of yesterday and living in freedom to the highest degree. My mind is open to perspectives that inspire the expansion of my consciousness in alignment with the new era. This is the first card I ever had, and the only one I had for many months before diving fully into the training. And even one of these crystal encoded laminates for you to have in your space and use every day is a major, major support. I'm going to read that one again. My mind is open to perspectives that inspire the expansion of my consciousness in alignment with the new era. I'm remaining true to my divine nature by keeping my subconscious thoughts in alignment with divinity. I am recirculating only the highest vibrations and most beneficial subconscious thoughts through my energy field with grace and ease. I am the master of my entire energy field, and I am ascending to a higher dimension. I am securing a connection and merging with my divine higher wisdom. I am only receiving energetic information in the highest form of truth from my divine wisdom. I am invoking my most applicable divine wisdom and receiving it to my conscious mind. I am applying my trusted divine wisdom to the highest possible degree with grace and ease. I choose to align with my highest manifestation potential. As a powerful conscious creator, I am able to create at will with energies that align with my goals. Visualize golden energy moving into you as you breathe in once again. And focus your attention with your first breath on the cosmos, the great central sun. See a pure white light of consciousness streaming through your upper energy centers and merging with the energy in your own heart. Breathe in that pure white light from the heavens. As you breathe out, know that that light is going through you and into the earth. With your next breath, focus on the central energy core at the center of the earth and breathe in that pure life energy force through the soles of your feet. Feel it streaming up through your lower energy centers and merging with the energy in your own heart. See how your heart expands as it interacts with these energies. Exhale. The energy is flowing through you from the earth and sky to the earth and sky and back again. And with this next breath, inhale the energies of earth and sky. Exhale, offering the energy to everyone in our circle here, connecting us energetically. One more. Inhale the energies of earth and sky. Exhale this energy to every being on our planet. I am worthy of receiving as much as I give. Feel your heart open even more. With support from the universe, I am balancing my incoming and outgoing energy flow. See golden threads connecting you with all parts of the universe. I freely manifest money born of divine energy with grace and ease. Hold out your hands and see golden energy coming out of your hands. Capture the energy in small golden spheres and imagine that you are bringing this energy into form as money. And now calling on the highest form of the 33 benevolent beings that are associated with these symbols, sigils, and seals. The 10 Atla-Ra Alpha symbols are Atlantean symbols. The 10 Atla-Ra Omega symbols, also Atlantean. The 7 seals of Samuel, the Archangel Samuel, and the 5 sigils of Egypt, calling on the entire Egyptian pantheon. I wanted to show you the card that I drew, Sovereignty with the golden dragon. Right to choose and immunity to hooks. I like that, immunity to hooks. And if you have your own intentions, you can mute me and read your intentions if you wish at this time. If not, you can certainly share in mine. First, we'll do the tapping sequence to remove all dark, harmful, unwanted energies, any attachments, limiting beliefs, implants, explants, any portals that you're connected to that are draining your energy, any entities, beings in your field around you must go now. And the tapping sequence between eyebrows, bridge of nose, heart, hairline, solar plexus, chin, forehead, above lip, top of head, hollow of throat, sacral and thymus, sacred heart, top back of head. The boundaries of my small I dissolve into cosmic union with the universe. I give myself to the universe. I give myself fully to life. Gain comes from giving willingly and lovingly. I am fulfilled through service. The more I give, the more I receive. My creative powers of imagination and my connection to all-encompassing consciousness show me the way to realize. Sorry, I wrote these so small I can't even read it. I just added some to realize my ideas. I'm going to read that one again. My creative powers and imagination and my connection to all-encompassing consciousness show me the way to realize ideas. I master all the skills and means needed to achieve that which I long for most deeply. I am one with the source of all creation. I am a divinely empowered creator. I choose to optimize my magnetism to support manifestation of my soul's purpose and the desires of my heart. I am attracting a team of like-hearted co-creators to live, learn, love, heal together as we create new earth paradigms. I choose to attract and unite with a divine masculine counterpart to share in a love relationship with mutual respect and fun as we support one another's goals and dreams. I am a compassionate, magnetic, generous leader. I am a master. I am living in the light of my mastery. I am successful. I choose to easily accomplish my goals. I am fully balanced, all opposites reconciled. I am open, relaxed, and receptive. I am magnetizing and attracting all people, places, and things necessary to build new Aeon at Venus rising community and connect and collaborate with other intentional communities all over our Earth. I am attracting world-changing wealth. I am attracting others of like heart to co-create regenerative agriculture, counter economies, co-living and co-working communities globally. I am debt-free. My mortgages, taxes, loans, and debts are paid in full. I am open to receive land now to build new Aeon at Venus rising. I have already received land gifted in trust, and the community is built. I choose to establish all legal entities needed to receive gifts of land, tools, plants, building materials, labor now. I am the best mother I can be. I am cultivating loving, joyful relationships with my daughters, my mother, and my soul family. I am only reproducing optimally healthy cells. My stem cells are fully activated and functioning optimally. Every cell in my body is functioning at optimal levels, and I am aging in reverse. All of my fluids, cartilage, hyaluronic acid, collagen, and blood are balanced and regenerating. My vision is perfect 20/20. My psychic receptors are clear and I'm translating all downloads clearly. I am a clear channel for light codes, source codes, and I'm connected with my guides, angels, ancestors, benevolent galactic beings, and able to share the voice of spirit with humanity to support ascension, humanity's ascension at this time. I am running a successful conscious adventure travel business, curating transformational retreats, fulfilling my soul's mission to visit sacred sites all over our planet. I am fully aligned with cosmic grids, earth grids, and divine DNA blueprint grids. I am an alchemist. I am a conduit of heaven and earth. My family is sacred. Thinking of your loved ones now, calling them in. Your life is meant to be sacred. Your soul's purpose for being is clear, and you are fully supported on your life's journey. Call your loved ones by name. I am open to receive energies from all parts of the universe that support me in fully manifesting my intentions and fulfilling my soul's mission here on earth. Aho, it is so. And tapping the sacral, chin, heart, forehead, bridge of nose, chin, top back of head, thymus, heart, thymus, hollow of throat, and forehead, top of head, base of skull, and tailbone. And then the tapping sequence to fully ignite our 10 diamond star Vajra body. This just connects our magnetism, aligns our polarities. So we're going to tap I do it with my right hand, tapping the top of the head, left shoulder, left upper ribs, left lower ribs, left hip, left knee, both feet together at the same time. Then I switch to my left hand for my right knee, right hip, right lower ribs, upper ribs, shoulder, top of head, and then going back in reverse. Left hand tapping right shoulder, right upper ribs, lower ribs, hip, knee, feet together. Right hand now tapping left knee, left hip, left lower ribs, upper ribs, shoulder, and top of head. And moving on now to our Kundalini yoga practice. The invocation that we start with, the Om Namo Gurudev Namo, literally shifts the energy and sets the stage. It's like stepping into a different paradigm of healing for the work. So we bring our hands together, and when we bring our hands together, it's merging the masculine and feminine within, the right and left hemispheres of the brain, the positive and negative and neutral brains all merging. So press your hands firmly together and bring the base of your thumb to your diaphragm. Connect your sitting bones to the earth. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Grow tall, float your shoulders off the back body to open your heart. Exhale. Inhale deep, and let's chant. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Coming on to all fours for cat and cow as I find some music. Your hands are directly below your shoulders with the fingers spread wide. Your knees are directly beneath the hips. Begin with a neutral spine, really reaching the crown of your head away from your tailbone. And as you inhale, you're going to squeeze all the muscles around your spine with your shoulders, your chin, and your tailbone. As you exhale, round your spine, push the floor away from you, draw your belly up. Inhale, lift, tailbone, chin, squeeze muscles around your spine. Exhale, pull the belly muscles up onto your spine, round, let the head hang heavy. And go at a pace that's right for you. Sometimes I move quickly, sometimes I move really slowly. And even rotate my body around as I'm in the position. Inhale, suspend your breath. Breathe through your root block in yoga where you're pulling up, exploring the breathe on your muscles around the spine. Exhale, really push the floor away, let the ribs get heavy. Breathing all your belly muscles on the spine. Push up on that back. And coming back into eating pose. For final twist in your four fingers in front with the thumbs behind. Want to really reach the elbows away from each other, pulling on the armpit. And then we're going to inhale, twist left, exhale, twist right. Shut down, shut down. Twists are detoxifying. They squeeze and wring out the organs, and all the toxic organs that release to the bloodstream, and breathing to accelerate heart rate, concentrate. Like the lymph system doesn't have a function like the circulatory system does. Exercise is very detoxifying energetically and physically. And that can work out too as 1 unit. Powerful breath. Inhale. Suspend your breath, hold Mulband, which is pulling up sex organs, anus, and lifting the navel point up and in. Feel the energy moving through your body. Exhale. And bringing your right hand. Sorry, I'm looking at what I want to do next here. Right hand faces your body, left hand faces away. Make a bear grip and pull the hands away from one another and then flap your wings. Really want to allow your arms to smack your ribs. And again, this is stimulating your lymphatic system. The toxins that we just squeezed out of our organs now getting pumped out through your lymphatic system. Inhale, suspend your breath, pull the hands away from each other. Exhale, release. Shoulder shrugs, lifting your elbows up your shoulders up to your ears, and just let them drop with gravity. Who I am now is shifting and changing. Today is a new day. Today is a new day. Today is a new day. Inhale, let your breath, squeeze the shoulders up to your ears, let them go, and moving right into gentle neck fold. Inhale, in to go back, exhale, in to go forward. Reverse direction. This path I'm on sometimes feels so lonely, but I trust divinity in everything, softening sweetly, surrendering deeply, shedding armor around my heart. We are healing for all generations, beyond time and space. Who you are now is paving the way. Switch the order a little bit and start charge now. Okay, so the change that we're going to make with Aura Charge today is we're doing of course, the same finger mudra, where all of your fingertips touch the pads beneath the fingers, and that connection is really important. The thumbs are extended. Also, the 60-degree angle with straight arms is really important. The energy and the nerves, the energy is not moved the same and have the same effect on nerves. So we don't bring our arms straight down 60 degrees. To help you hold the pose, float your shoulders off your back body. Try this first, bring them up, literally see those shoulder blades moving away off the back body, the heart moves forward. So what we're going to do differently is we're going to do 3 minutes, but after each 1 minute, we're going to inhale, suspend the breath, and pump the navel while holding the breath after each 1 minute. So we'll do the breath of fire 1 minute, and then I'll say inhale, suspend, and pump the breath. And we'll do that for 16 seconds after each 1 minute. We're still doing it for 3 minutes. Ready to begin now with breath of fire. Breath of fire is pumping the navel point. Forceful inhale, forceful exhale through the nose, 2 breaths per second. Really pulsing the navel point. Sometimes feel so lonely, but I trust divinity in everything, softening sweetly, surrendering deeply, shedding armor around my heart. We are healing for all generations, beyond time. Inhale, suspend your breath, pump the navel. Is paving the way. Today is a new day. Exhale, breath of fire. Inhale, suspend your breath. Out the navel. Exhale, breath of fire, last minute. Inhale, suspend your breath. Pump your navel point. Exhale, release. Changing music. Okay. We're going to do more stomach pumps. If it's accessible to you, to sit on your knees. I'm going to give you some options here. This stimulates the thyroid, parathyroid, navel center, gives you a smooth complexion and a glow in the eyes. So if you're able to sit on the knees, with the knees wide, and then we're going to lean back onto our hands, and your body wants to be 60 degrees. We inhale and pump the stomach in and out until the breath can no longer be held. So you do it to your, as long as you can hold the breath. And if you're not able to sit on the knees, you can also, if you can sit on the knees with a cushion, if that helps, or alternatively, just sit in easy seated pose. So any of those variations, that will work for you. Knees are wide, palms are facing back. Inhale. Pump the stomach while holding your breath. Exhale if you didn't already. Again, go at your pace. I'm not going to tell you again on the breathing because you might be at a very different pace. option to take this a little deeper, or you can stay here and continue. If you like, you can go down lower so that your body's at 30 degrees and tilt your head back, doing the same thing for just a minute and a half. With the first variation, we'll do another minute and a half with the second variation. So down to 30 degrees if that's accessible. Tilt the head back, inhale, pump the navel. One more round. Inhale and come up. Breathe normally in a relaxed position. And then we're going to go down and hold child's pose, so your butt is still on your heels. We're asked to chant the Om So Hum in child's pose with the arms extended over your head. So if you want to chant, you can chant. This is a very powerful mantra. Om means creative life force of the universe. So hung, that I am. So arms are extended with the palms together, and your head is resting on the floor or a cushion if your head doesn't reach the floor. Long, deep breaths. So we are going to chant for the first long deep breaths for the first minute, and then chant for 2 minutes. Feel the back of your ribs expanding as you're doing long, deep breaths in this position. Begin chanting. Mm. Inhale, rising up. Extend your feet out in front of you. We're going to inhale and raise the arms up. Exhale, if your feet are in range, make the yogi big toe hold around the big toes. Your thumb then presses on the nail bed. Simply fold over, long deep breath. I lift a little bit on the inhale and then hold deeper every exhale. It's just sort of a natural motion. Inhale. Lengthen your spine. Crown reaches up. Exhale, melting back into the fold. Inhale, allow your chest to rise. Exhale, soften into the fold. Inhale, rising up. Okay, this next one is a challenge and you may need to work up to it. From this position here, we're going to place your hands on the floor behind you, press into your feet and lift up into a reverse plank. Tilt your head back and begin stomach pumps again. Inhale, pump the stomach. As an alternative, if you can't have the legs straight, you can tabletop like this with the knees bent. One more round of breath. Go ahead and come down onto your backs for a mini Shavasana. Okay, and now we're going to do alternate leg lifts with breath of fire, and then it'll move into a variation of our stretch pose. Lift the leg or not. But start by lifting the left leg to a 90-degree angle, breath of fire, 30 seconds. Lower the left leg, raise the right leg, breath of fire, 30 seconds. Raise both legs up, breath of fire, 30 seconds. Alternate leg lift, lower the right leg, raise it up, lower the left leg, raise it up, lower the right leg, raise it up, lower the left, raise it up. Keep this going. And now the last part of this is to bring both legs 12 inches off the ground, like our stretch pose. You can raise the head or not. Breath of fire, 1 minute. Last 15 seconds. Inhale, second breath, keep your navel point. Exhale, relax.
now, if you would like to try an inversion, I'm going to show you shoulder stand. Going to want to watch, and if this doesn't happen easily, you can try it at a wall. We want to get our butts up off the ground. Your elbows should be in line with your shoulders, so you can place your hands on your back. Ideally, get your hips right up over your shoulders, and then extend your legs straight up in the air. Your neck flat on the ground. Breathe normally. Alternatively, if this is not a good option for you, just put your butt on a cushion and put your legs up at 90 degrees. If you're up in shoulder stand, you can come down to plow pose by touching your toes to the floor behind your head. Place your palms down on the ground and slowly lower your back one vertebrae at a time. And then hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll over your spine to come back up to a seat. And we'll close out with our 9-minute Kriya. Bring new life. So coming to sit in easy seated pose. Changing the music. To the X on bar. And reminder of the process. So we're here 9 minutes in total, 3 separate mudras. The first one, we have our Jupiter finger extended. Our right arm is out in front with the palm facing down at 60 degrees. Our left palm is out behind with the palm facing up at 60 degrees. For the first 3 minutes, Jupiter finger only, tip of tongue touching lower teeth. Second part of the mudra, we extend also the Mercury finger, so the index and pinky. Tip of tongue touches the upper teeth. Third mudra, all 5 fingers fully extended, squeezing together, and the thumb pressing against the hand. Now the underside of the tongue rolls up and touches the soft palate at the back of the mouth. Long, deep breaths. And I find it's helpful with the breathing to really expand your whole ribs in all directions. Long, deep breaths helping support the pose. Your internal gaze or your drishti is down at the tip of your chin, your eyes closed, beginning now. Your little finger, right palm facing down, left palm facing up, tip of tongue touching the bottom of the teeth. Long deep breath. Gazing down internally at the tip of your chin, your breathing center. And maybe bring into mind that God seed particle, that Kabbalah, that tree of light that you are. Activating all of your energy centers, plasma light coursing through your body. And this is how we astral travel. Your breath to go through the portal in your own heart. Project through the mental layer. Project beyond with your higher self to infinity. Gain a higher perspective by allowing for your divine highest self to integrate fully every cell of this beautiful, magical, miraculous human vehicle. Second part of the mudra, extend also the Mercury finger and your tongue now touching the upper teeth. Long, deep, steady breath. On face, and shoulder girdle. Continuing to travel through the portal in your own heart. All parts of the universe. Gaze at the center of your chin. Build endurance, When you need a break, continue to close mentally and come back to it as you're able. Picture those 3 diamonds in the diagram, lighting up the pathways. Lower diamond connecting you to the energy channels in the earth. The middle diamond encompasses your whole auric field, with your heart being that little seed in the center. The upper diamond expands and connects us intimately with the cosmos, star nations, the great central sun, the planets which are like our grandfathers and grandmothers. As they transit through our own energy field, they have conversations with us, they upgrade us, sometimes they challenge us, sometimes they revisit past in order to transmute and transcend. Third mudra, all the fingers pressing together, thumbs pressing against the hand. Roll your tongue so the underside of your tongue is connecting to the soft palate at the back of your throat. Long deep breaths. Project yourself through space and time to infinity. That finite spark. That infinite spark. Full source. I am one with the source of all creation. I am a grain of sand that makes up one of the stones that is the Sphinx, which is the great cosmic library, earth library. I am a drop in the ocean, and I am the ocean. You find softness and comfort in the discomfort. And you breathe into any pain and discomfort and disperse it to the universe. Breathe in. Life force energy of the earth. It is purging, expanding the energy of your own heart. Breathe in, pure white light of consciousness, never ceasing, streaming in freely from the universe. And it merges with and expanding the energy of the heart. Breathe in, simultaneously the energy of earth and sky. Now reach, hold the breath, Reach the fingers away from each other. Tighten every muscle in your body. Press, tap. Exhale, hold, inhale. Reach the fingers away from each other. Pressing them together. Extend while squeezing and tightening. Tighten your hair follicles, your ears, your eyes, your throat, your chest, your belly, your hips. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Reach the arms and press everything. Squeeze the energy, pressing before the speed at first. Release. Gently, slowly roll the shoulders back. Roll the shoulders forward. Take your hand and look over your left shoulder. Over your right shoulder. Again, looking over the left shoulder. Over the right shoulder. Bring your hands together. Palms pressing firmly. Right thumb behind the left. Keep tension pressing firmly. As you bring your hands into your heart, extend your spine, moving your whole body into the mudra and resist. So we're keeping tension here for our final part of meditation. Complete cosmic union, liberation from bondage, the burning off of all karma once for all. When any great task is brought to completion, it returns to the innocence and ingenuity of the fool. I am a drop of water. I disappear into the ocean. The ocean pours into the drop. Completion leads to new beginnings on higher planes of consciousness. Return to cosmic oneness. It isn't foreign, it's your origin. I am a drop. I disappear into the ocean, and the ocean pours into me. I see myself and the world as it really is. I am a powerful, conscious co-creator, designing the life of my dreams. I am one with the universe. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Closing out with the long time sun. Sing it with all your heart. Sing. Let these words encompass you. So we sing the long time sun 3 times and close with Sadhana.
Shine upon you. All love surround you. and the pure light within you. Guide your way on, guide your way on. Yeah. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you. Guide your way on, guide your way on. May the long time sunshine upon you. Let it shine, let it shine. All love surround you, and the pure light within you. Guide your way on, guide your way on.
Satnam. Namaste. Anybody have anything you would like to share?
I enjoyed you changing up some of the moves, although it kind of threw me off, but it was good.
And I like it when you teach the new pictures and diagrams, because Janice and Sabrina talk about them on a level that is way beyond my understanding. But when you described them this morning, Tammy, it was much more accessible, and I actually got more out of it. So I thank you for that.
Thank you.
And where can we get background on them?
Ashayana Dean, that's her work. Let me.
Is there a book? Is there,
I'm
and I
gonna
was thinking, is
show-
there an app? Like if we want to do this, we can't do it with you one day, or we, to have it written out. Like,
Well, I can share this document with you. This document, I got this document from our chat. I think Laura Lee posted it. So this document, the whole thing, let me just see something in our daily sadhana chat.
like the tapping points. I mean, if you weren't there, I would have no idea what to do.
Oh, the tapping points. We'll do the videos. That's why we share the videos. For the tapping points are not associated with this, but here is how you spell Ashayana Dean. So take a picture of this if you have your phone. And she definitely has, lots of programs.
Okay.
And I would love to dive deeper into her work. But, I believe in, as we study it, as we read these things, but, just what comes to you, like it just became clear, like, this is a great depiction of how we're building our 12D shield, and hearing, building a 12D shield. Some of us are auditory learners and we can receive that, but I'm very visual. So when I see now I feel what's happening when I'm building that shield,
But when I see a diagram like this, it almost brings something new to it, you know, so, and I also try to allow for your wisdom, you know, because it's there. So just receive, you know, there's so much to be received. And another thing that just became clear is the red and blue strands of the DNA, you know, and this is red and blue. And I love how it's got that infinity. I just find this to be, I'm so grateful for her and her work. And yeah, and there's way more. I mean, this goes on, and I haven't taken the time to read all of it. And she's got, I don't even know what languages she's using here. I'm assuming it's star languages, light languages. It does have roots in Sanskrit, as Sabrina noticed, which is cool because Kundalini. And now look at this, look at the spiral here, the spiral path. It's really brilliant work. Local group of galaxies. This really exhibits the macro and the micro. And Dan Winter, I adore him and love listening to him. And I know on some level I'm receiving it, but you know, this is consciousness explained in physics, which is so cool.
Explained in what?
Physics, the science of physics.
Oh, physics. I thought you said IBITS. Sorry.
No, physics. And again, you know, here we see the 6-pointed star of Venus, how every planet is a star, and we are a star. The 5 inner planets are our personal planets. That's why they're exhibited down here in the lower portion of the tree of life, you know. And then we've got Sirius B, which is Sotis in shamanic Egyptian astrology. We're just diving. Welcome back, Brad. Did your battery die? Oh, you're muted. Gotta unmute. You're still muted. It's a little microphone. Gotta push. Still muted.
Is that Venus that's so bright?
In the night star right now?
Yeah, like about 7:30. Well, for me, I've just never seen it so bright.
She's
And
extra bright this year. There
Am I
must
still-
be,
Yeah.
there must be something.
Am I still muted?
No, we can hear you now.
Oh, can you? Okay. Yeah, no, I just had a call. I had a call come through. I had to answer it.
No worries. We would usually have been gone, but someone asked about these amazing diagrams, and we were just exploring them a little bit deeper because they really this is consciousness explained through physics is what this is, the science of consciousness. There are many people out there. If this appeals to you, this is Ashayana Dean's work. She got this up, I think, back in the 60s, and same with Dan Winter. They were very ahead of this, and we needed them to be, so that we now who are awakening, and there's going to be a huge awakening, you know, we have ways of
Navigating.
yeah, and helping people to understand and to have, you know, a visual of how the God particle breaks down, and we are all particles of God. This is all ancient stuff, but the powers that have
I'm familiar with that one, the Kabbalah one. I'm not really familiar with any of the other ones.
And the powers that have been distorted all this stuff so that we would be disconnected from our power.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty complex. I don't understand it.
But on some level, you know, as you look at it, when you repeat mantras, you know, it does begin to find its home. And plus your higher self definitely understands.
Understands it.
Yeah. So that last time we were together, when I taught it last Thursday, and we did that little exercise at the end where we planted our right foot and said, I'm strong from the earth, planted our left foot, and we did that grounding exercise. When I was doing that one time alone, you know, you can do it if you want to, but you're on the feet, or it's a grounding exercise to connect with the earth and the sky. My right foot to the earth, my left foot to the earth, my palms are wrists are flexed and my arms are reaching up. And I said, I am strong from the earth. I am strong from the sky. And I did that for a while until I dropped into the energy. And then all of a sudden, I was literally had this complete, like, I was this, like really truly, I was the little red part. And I realized, and it's so obvious, I might have even shared this, you know, the sky isn't only above us. I had this complete, all of a sudden, like real view of where I am in the universe. So I clearly saw me on the earth, but I knew the sky was all around me. I had a sense of where the planets were and how they were supporting me. And I also knew that, like, that was this and I am this. Do you know what I mean? Like, this was, where did that one go? Where she, and I hadn't even seen all of this yet at that point. I had only been working with like the regular Kabbalah. Where was the one where, you know, where she like this here, you know, I just had this immediate sense during that. And it was super cool. So as we look at it, you know, it begins to root, it begins to grow, it teaches us from within.
Yeah, I got a complete set of the Zora.
What's that?
The Kabbalah teachings,
Oh,
like what they started from. You never heard of the Zora, the Zora before?
no.
It's here. I'll show you one of the chapters. Here, let me see. Let me. I don't know how to flip this around. Hold on. How do you flip this camera around?
There is a little button somewhere. I did it by accident once. I didn't know you could actually do it. And then I was driving and I was on a Zoom and all of a sudden it was like through the windshield.
Oh wait, I see it.
There
Okay,
you
there
go.
you go.
Good job. Ah, and this is a wow. So it's like,
it's like it's translated. It's part of it's in Hebrew and then part of it's translated into English.
do you know who is the author?
Oh, this is very, very old. This is like older than the Bible. It's
So
like really.
is it
It's
the
like like the
10
it
or
started-
12?
What's that?
So is the tree of light that it has, is it 10 points or 12 points?
I would have to pull it up. That's in one of the chapters. I mean, it's like 28 books.
Okay.
Mhm. Like I said, I'm not sure, but that was in it though, for sure, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I studied a lot of different religions for a really long time, and I kind of just realized that they're all pretty much the